Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Office Lovers, along Sadayoshi Saijo's route. He is the guy who was our former boss, and now he's our boss again. Although, I don't think he should be considered our boss because I thought we were all supposed to be equals on this project. But apparently not. And he just got right off with things. I mean, he just came out right away in the very first chapter. Look, I want to be with you. I let you go before when we were working together and I shouldn't have, and I'm never going to let you go again. So, I don't know, I think I made a bad mistake maybe in choosing him as the first one because I wanted to choose a happy route to represent this game as a good game for people who are looking to buy it. But, he just might end up being the yandere of the group and being, psychotically obsessive. But we'll see, hopefully he's not that way. Maybe his good ending will divert him from that. Well, anyway, we'll go with chapter 2 here. Love starts with a kiss. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Phew! Finally, at a good stopping point, I threw myself back into my chair. Looking at the clock, I saw it was a bit later than I had expected. I had been able to get some work done, but from time to time my mind wandered back to Mr. Saijo. Was he really serious about me? How can you doubt it? How many times does he say it a day, like 27? His words at the pep rally sounded like a joke to me, but he did say he was serious. I couldn't tell if it was true or not. Thinking about it was bad when I was trying to work. I could never get anything done. I turned back to my desk, ready to continue. There was a lot of work to get through today. Yeah, it was probably a good idea not to have dating in the office during this project because it's hard to concentrate. Suddenly, someone tapped me on the shoulder. Huh? When I turned around, I was surprised to see Mr. Hyoga and the CEO standing in front of me. Can I help you?
Having some trouble concentrating?
No, I'm fine. He squinted his eyes and looked at me. I was certain he knew I was struggling. I shouldn't have lied to him.
You have something to say?
You're right. I'm sorry. Mr. Otori put his hand on my shoulder and gave me a warm smile.
Go easy on her. She's been working very hard lately.
Thank you. His words raised my spirits a little bit.
I hope she has been for her sake.
What does that mean? That sounded like a threat. I'm doing my best. Just as I had felt better, Mr. Hyoga shot me down again. He sure was hard to please.
How are things progressing? We came to see how it's going.
Do you remember what we talked about? I have been doing some research lately and... While I was explaining to them, I noticed that there was an unread email on my computer. It looked like something to do with work. When I read it, I suddenly felt like jumping out of my seat.
Sorry about everything lately. I never considered it might be troubling you. I couldn't help myself. I only wanted to make you mine as fast as I could. I'll be waiting for your answer. Is something wrong? Your face is all red. Are you okay?
No, I'm okay, really. I shouldn't have been checking my email right in front of them. I covered the computer screen with both my hands and shook my head. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. What was he thinking, sending me something so private through the company email? Yeah, a lot of companies monitor that. A few hours later, I headed toward the meeting room to work with Mr. Saijo. I couldn't help but feel nervous after getting that email from him, but I tried to calm myself. Here are the statistics. It's no surprise that women tend to favor white and pink.
White could be good too. It makes it seem more classy.
Yeah, as for the packaging, the most popular are ones with round edges.
Then Plan B would work better. There will still be a lot we have to change, though. Will you be able to make a new image and slogan with the revised plan?
Yes, and for that, I would like to go with this, so... We were talking about making some improvements for our concept when our eyes met. Embarrassed, I had to look away. Work wasn't the only thing on my mind.
You haven't said anything about the email this morning.
You know what, Mr. Saijo, we should probably keep that outside of work. All I could do was force a smile and laugh. Mr. Saijo shook his head.
Don't worry about it. I told you how I feel. You can take all the time you need to answer me.
Seeing how serious he was, I should have given him a firm answer right then. But something was always at the back of my mind. It was the fact that work relationships were forbidden. He confessed to me in spite of that. I'm going to head back now.
Okay, but first, I want to show you something.
He pulled something out of his pocket. It looked like a tube of lip balm with some sort of sparkling accessory. That's so cute!
Isn't it? I saw these at the store and bought one for reference.
What is that thing made of? It doesn't look like beads.
It's a gemstone. This isn't lipstick, though. Just lip balm.
Can I look at it?
Sure, hold on.
He opened up the lip balm. I put my hand out to take it from him. He put it on my hand, but held on to it and moved it up to my face and gently across my lips. I will ask what he's doing. Although I'd say it's pretty obvious. Were my lips that chapped that he couldn't stand to look at them any longer? Oh, God. What do you think you're doing?
I'm helping you put on lip balm.
I can see that. He didn't seem fazed by my question. What was I supposed to do?
Just hold on for a moment. I can't do it if you're talking. It'll get all over your face.
I told myself since he was my boss, I should listen, and so I closed my lips. Okay, stop. That's enough.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can do it myself, thank you very much. I pushed Mr. Saijo away. What had gotten into me? What had gotten into him? He stared at me with a kind smile. Was he enjoying teasing me like this?
I think so. Here you go, take it. It's not lipstick or gloss, so you might use it, right?
Did I say something like that?
You did. You don't have the time to look pretty.
He was smiling at me now. Now I was certain he was teasing me. I took a deep breath to calm down before taking it from him. After looking over the accessory carefully, I returned it to him. Thank you.
You can keep it. I haven't used it.
Except for on me. Really?
A guy wouldn't want to be seen with something as cute as this anyway.
But this must have been expensive.
It's fine. I only bought it for reference anyhow. Since you'll use it, you should have it.
But...
Here's my plan.
What?
You don't want to just take it from me for free, right?
Well, no. It must have cost a lot. It's so detailed.
You're right. So you can give me something of equal value to be even.
I don't know where you're going with this. A kiss? He beamed a huge smile at me. I was clueless as to what he was talking about. Why must you be clueless? In a quiet voice so no one else could hear, he whispered to me.
You can give me one of your weekends.
My eyes widened with surprise. Do you mean what I think you do?
In other words, a date.
Absolutely not. What if someone from work saw us? Mr. Otori seemed to enjoy reminding me that any sort of relationship is out the window.
You think I don't know that? Have you forgotten how hard I tried to show you I'm serious?
I remembered the pep rally and the email, and suddenly I couldn't find anything to say back.
If I push you any more, you're going to cry. Though, your worried face is cute too. So, you'd be up for a date if it had to do with work though, right?
Calling it a date worried me, but I nodded anyhow.
We can go around and look at stores together. There's still a lot of information we're lacking. There might be some products we can see that somehow inspire our own ideas, right?
That's true. Worried as I was, his explanation still had merit to it. If this is what it took for the project to succeed, so be it. Fine, we can go our next day off, for research.
For research?
Yeah. I wrote it down in my calendar, and just like that, I had plans for the weekend. Also, thanks for the lip balm.
Don't mention it. Hope you get some use out of it.
I will. Knowing he loved to scheme, he probably bought it knowing I would take it. That side of him made me smile. Whether it was out of kindness or not, I was happy that he bought it thinking of me.
You like it that much, huh?
Very much. It's cute and it smells nice. Mr. Saijo was staring at me for some reason. What's the matter?
I can't compete with this. Just looking at your face makes me get worked up.
You better run before he jumps you. It's a good thing you don't wear makeup. Even just a little bit of lip balm apparently turns him on. Well, I wondered what he meant by that. He quickly closed the distance between us. He had to be up to something. I closed my eyes.
You don't have to look so scared.
You were planning to do something to me, weren't you?
That's rude. Even if I was, I can't anymore because you know it's coming.
How can I trust you? I found it hard to believe him, but I opened my eyes anyhow. When I did, his face was right in front of me. Before I had a chance to do anything, he kissed me on the lips.
I offer my kiss to the goddess of documentation. May our project be successful.
The goddess of documentation? That's not very romantic. Goddess?
I've got to go. Don't forget our promise. Oh, yeah. Your lips are too chapped for a goddess. Do something about it.
Ah, that was right. You had to ruin the moment. So that's why he bought it.
Goodbye.
Or did he just say that so I would use it because he really wants me to use the thing he gave me on my lips? He gave me a charming smile and made a show of bowing like a knight before he left. Left alone in the room, my legs became weak and I sunk to the floor. All the strength of my body was gone. All I could feel was my face burning up. It was his kiss that made me like this, but for some reason I wasn't angry about it at all. I was waiting at the place Mr. Saijo was supposed to meet me. No matter what, I couldn't stop myself from sighing over and over. My mind just kept wandering back to thoughts of Mr. Saijo and that kiss. It had happened a while ago, but was still affecting my emotions. I had to remind myself that going out with Mr. Saijo today was for work, not a date. After what seemed like the 100th time telling myself that, I finally spotted Mr. Saijo.
Sorry, were you waiting long?
No, I just came early. You still got here in time.
Thank goodness. It's a sin to make a woman wait.
I don't really care for that cardigan.
But to make a woman as wonderful as you wait, that deserves more severe punishment.
He ran a finger across his throat. Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yes. Now go ahead and laugh.
You ruined it. It doesn't work that way. It's not funny if you tell me to laugh. Oh, yeah, I'll give you my fake laugh.
What kind of laugh is that? I'm serious. It was a good joke.
You have a bad sense of humor, Mr. Saijo. You call that a joke? That was a funnier joke than your first one. I only then realized he was trying to make me smile, seeing how nervous I was. He hadn't changed a bit. He was the same great boss I remembered.
Let's go. There's some stores I definitely think we should hit up.
All right. We visited a bunch of stores together. Some of the stores we went to had new products we never noticed in our research. We also found some nice stores tucked away that we would have never seen if we hadn't come. A few hours later...
What do you think about getting lunch? There's a place I know around here.
Sure, it would give me a chance to go over some of my notes, too.
Okay.
As soon as we got there, I went over my notes and he gave me pointers. With his help, my scribbled notes quickly became organized and much more useful. Thanks. That should make writing up a report so much easier for me.
Glad I could help. There's still more to do, so keep up the good work.
Will do.
Hey, your coffee is getting cold.
Oh, I forgot it was there. Busy with getting all my notes organized, I had forgotten about it. Besides, the information I gathered today was much more worth it to me than a warm cup of coffee.
Are you finished?
Yeah, just sorry to keep you waiting.
You know it's the weekend. You're supposed to relax a little.
Giving up our weekend to come here was your idea.
Yeah, well, that kind of work is fun. It doesn't feel like work so much.
That's how I feel too.
We're such a good team. And not that you don't know that already.
True. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, it got crowded in here awfully quick.
We had been talking so much that it started to get late before we knew it. I put my notebook into my bag and quickly put on some lip balm before standing up to go.
You're actually using that?
He must have been talking about the lip balm he gave me before that kiss. Of course. I'll be enthusiastic about it. Of course. It was a wonderful gift. I use it all the time now. It works really good.
Good to know.
He looked relieved to know I was using it. Seeing his face like that warmed my heart. Mr. Saijo was kind enough to pay the bill for both of us. I had offered to split it, but he went off about how it was a man's duty to pay. Thank you for treating me.
No problem. It's my duty as your boss.
It was delicious. I'm glad we came here.
My pleasure. Shall I walk you to the train station?
Huh? You don't need to go out of your way like that. That moment, it felt like someone was watching me. One of my many admirers? I looked around to see if anyone was looking my way. Who's the question mark person? There was a man standing still in a crowd of people, with a faint smile. Was he looking at me or Mr. Saijo? That sounds creepy either way. Seeing him stare at us like that made a chill run down my spine.
What's up? You okay?
I'm fine. Shouldn't I point out the creepy man? Glancing back to where the man was, I saw he was no longer there. That bulletin board right there looks like a picture of Stan Lee. I started walking with Mr. Saijo, but couldn't rid myself of that eerie feeling from the stare. The next day, I was busy working in the office. Taking a break to recharge, I sipped on some hot tea. Yet again, the mysterious man from yesterday was on my mind. What had that been about? Probably just some creepy random dude. Ever since then, I felt uneasy, as if he was still watching me from afar. It doesn't matter how hard I think about it, it won't change a thing. Brooding over it was a big waste of time. I had other things to do, like putting together a report from the research we did. With a click of the mouse, I closed the file and opened up the project folder. Since we're using Plan B, we'll need to make a slogan and some images. I worked in silence for some time before hearing someone sneak up behind me. Stop standing behind me like that, Mr. Saijo. It's probably not him, it's somebody else. Oh, nope, it's him.
So, you knew it was me.
Who else would it be?
How's the report coming along?
It's fantastic. The notes from yesterday were such a big help. I opened the report up on the computer to show him.
It's a lot better than it was yesterday. How about the advertising section?
I haven't really gotten around to that yet.
You are coming along well, I see.
Oh, Mr. Kaido. Yes, thanks to all the help I've been getting.
I see. You're still not wearing makeup. Don't forget that as an employee, you represent our company and our products.
Exactly. We should be wearing makeup. I really can't wait to do his route. I can already imagine how it's going to go. And I can imagine him putting makeup on for me. And even if it's not him, I'm sure somebody's going to do it. And I feel like that's going to be romantic. Yes, sir.
You're being too harsh on her.
No, he's right. Compared to the makeup my colleagues were using, my efforts were pitiful. Mr. Kaido looked down at me with a cold stare.
However, this color isn't bad. Is that lip balm? It's a nice little hue.
I thought lip balm was just colorless, like, healing stuff. Huh?
Is this your plan? This advertising won't catch the reader's eye. Work on it. You're right. We need to consider the target demographic better.
Yes, we're trying to sell it to women who... I had the feeling that Mr. Kaido was talking about my lip balm instead of our product. When I looked at Mr. Saijo, he looked back toward me. He mouthed good job to me. A few hours later,
I think that it lacks impact. We should incorporate ideas from Plan A as well. That would stray away from the target group. Do you have any suggestions?
Let's see. I think the font and red hue from this header should match it better.
Aren't you glad you took those notes? That works for me.
I took their feedback and made some changes to the ad. There we go. Perfect.
Of course it is. Kaido and I are helping. We'd be in trouble if we couldn't pound this out in one day.
Really?
That's what the company expects of us. We have to put out good work and tight details. What are you making that face for?
Nothing. I was just thinking how knowledgeable you two are.
Knowledgeable? That's it?
What, did you want me to say handsome?
Leave her alone. We're finally done with this part, so let's have a feast and party.
Really? I need that.
What you need to do is start thinking of your appearance.
Would you quit harping on that? I'll try.
I'm going back to work. I wasted enough time here.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Kaido.
Kaido, let's meet in the hall after work. Huh? You're inviting me too? Of course. You've been helping us.
What, are you going to make him a pet too and keep him away from me?
Right.
Mr. Saijo looked at me in hopes I would agree to invite him. Yeah, we're a team. I hadn't spoken to Mr. Kaido that often, but this would be a great chance to.
Only if you promise to keep your hands off her.
You can't say things like that.
Idiot. That thought never crossed my mind. I'll see you there.
Mr. Kaido turned and walked back toward his desk. Why would you say something like that at work?
I say what needs to be said, no matter where or when.
I felt like I was starting to understand how his mind worked more. But still, the warning to stay out of work relationships was always on my mind. I was done for the day, so I switched off my computer. Soon I'd be heading to have some drinks with Mr. Kaido and Mr. Saijo. They weren't here and were probably waiting for me, so I tried to hurry up.
Hey, how's work coming along?
Hi, Mahiro. It's going well. How about you?
Normal. It's fun, but I think it's wearing me out. Say, how about we go out for a drink? We're on the same project after all.
I'll join the party. We already got 3 of us going. Actually, I'm going to...
I heard that, Mr. Mahiro.
We're all on the same project, right? That means I can come along too. No, you aren't listening to...
Who said anything about you, Kentaro?
Drinking with your team is all about strengthening your bonds, isn't it? I'm on the team too, so there's no reason I'm not invited.
Well, you're missing the point. I never meant to invite anyone else.
Would you two listen to... Are you trying to single her out? I can't let that happen. I'm going with you.
You're ruining everything for me.
Cock blocker. You must be dumb to think I'd let you take her out all by herself. Listen to me! Screaming seemed to get their attention. Finally. I'm going to drink with Mr. Kaido and Mr. Saijo, and that's it. Besides, if you want to go as a team, you need to invite Mr. Hyoga too. But it's way too late for that, so between the two of you, decide on a day we can all go. Just then, Sato, one of our co-workers, peeked into the room.
Do you have a minute?
What is it?
I was asked to deliver a message from Mr. Kaido and Mr. Saijo. They told me to tell you to hurry up. You're 5 minutes late.
5 minutes? Oh my god, I'm really holding them up. Already? It's all because you two wouldn't shut up. I'll see you tomorrow. Their little argument made me forget the time. I hurried out of the office as fast as I could.
It's your fault for saying stupid things.
It is not. As I was leaving, I heard the two boys muttering angrily at each other. I found them waiting for me in the hall. I apologized to them before we headed into the city. Mr. Saijo had reserved us a table in a restaurant with a beautiful view. I was so hungry that as soon as we did a toast, I reached out for the food immediately.
You sure eat a lot.
What? I only just reached for the food. Hey, who cares? It's delicious.
It just means she's healthy. You better watch what you say around women. Should I talk more like you then? Okay, you look so beautiful when you're eating.
What?
I take it back. You're not allowed to say anything nice to women at all.
You want him to insult me? Think of my feelings.
Why? I was only doing as you asked. I thought it was a wonderful compliment. Sure, but it gave me chills hearing something nice come out of your mouth, so stop it. You're right. It was unpleasant.
Does that mean it was a lie? It was a strange exchange, but they were both enjoying it with smiles on their faces. This was the first time I'd ever seen Mr. Kaido like this. I guess these two got along really well.
Have you heard we might be getting a transfer from the Osaka office?
To our team?
Hell no. We couldn't trust someone so new to work on such a vital project.
I see. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't need anyone else on the project that might hit on you.
What if it was a woman? You could use another woman around here to take some of the attention away from me. I couldn't believe he could say such things with a straight face. At least Mr. Kaido ignored him. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Don't say that in front of people.
Don't be embarrassed. It's just how I feel. I can't help it. Whatever you do, just don't cause any problems for Mr. Hyoga, or you'll regret it. I told you already that I won't. But do you mean it? Relax. By the way... I forgot to ask, why were you late coming to meet us?
Mahiro and Kentaro were talking about having a drinking party.
I'll have to ask them about that later.
Even though he was smiling, why did his face seem so scary right now? 'Cause he's jealous. It wasn't a big deal. I just said we should invite everyone else.
So, what you're saying is they only invited you. Those guys are in on it too?
Now both of them had scary eyes. Mr. Kaido is he's still after me too? Mr. Saijo looked especially angry. His eyebrows were twitching. When did they become such terrifying people? I stayed out of any further conversation by keeping myself busy eating food. All the way until we were done, Mr. Saijo stared at me. Okay, that's just awkward. Chapter 3 will be Fickle Passion. Okay, so things aren't moving quite as fast as I thought they would, though they got off to one hell of a start, as far as confessions and affection. But I'm still worried. I hope he doesn't try to take out any of the competitors in any untoward ways. I mean, any other route, feel free to do that, but this is the first reading. I need to make a good impression. Well, anyway, hope to see you in that next video, or some of my other ones perhaps, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.